What is the best way to find buyers for your deals? Now, these are principles that apply to houses or vacant land, right? The first thing that you need to understand is when you have a property, you should already know who your buyers are before you actually buy the property. Before you actually make an offer on the property, you should have a pretty good idea of who the buyers are, which also means going backwards. What I'm trying to do is kind of go backwards from here. Is you should make sure you're only doing deals in the markets where there already is a high demand, right? So this question is very, very easy to answer, because if you're targeting the markets where there's already high demand, you're going to already have the buyers. You're going to be able to sell your deals for much higher profits, much faster, all right? So how do you find buyers for your deals? Well, if you have a good deal, and if you are in a market where there already is demand, if you're fishing where the fish are, right, you're going to be able to sell your deals very quickly, and this becomes like a mute problem. All you got to do is make some phone calls. All you got to do is put it on the MLS, call some realtors, and you'll be able to sell your deals really quick. So you've done your homework, you're in a good market, you know who the buyers are, what they're buying, and you get a deal that they might want under contract. What do? Well, there's two things I like to do. It's very simple, very easy. First thing is I go into the MLS or, Redfin, Homes.com, Zillow, and I look for, in that area, in that neighborhood, zip code or whatever, give me all of the realtors that have sold similar properties in the last 6 months, all right? And then all you need to do is click on the listings and call the listing agents and the buyer's agents. Now sometimes, especially if you go to Homes.com, their contact information is already there most of the time. But otherwise, you might need to Google the realtor's name and their broker. But call the listing agents and the buyer's agents of those sold properties in the past, and you call them and just say, hey, how you doing? My name is Joe. I'm an investor. I'm in St. Louis. I see you recently sold a property in Las Vegas, and I'm just wanting to ask you some questions because I think I have a deal that you or your client might be interested in. So I'm not calling these agents to see if they'll list my property. I'm calling them to see if they have a buyer that will want to buy my property. And there's a few things I do here. I call the realtors. I say, hey, I got a good deal. I see you sold this one for this. I've got a better deal here. If you can bring me a buyer, I'll pay you a real generous commission. For a house, maybe it's 7%. If it's vacant land, 10 or 12%. I've already factored that into my cost, right? Or you could even say, listen, you can add whatever commission you want to the top of this price, but I will pay you a generous commission if you bring me a buyer, all right? I'm not asking for a listing, I'm just saying, hey, if you bring me a buyer. Super powerful, because now, you see, realtors, they have already 75, 85% of the market that's looking for deals. They come to realtors, okay? So number one, call realtors, offer them real generous commissions. The second thing you need to do is go find these investors or people that own, well, first of all, let's just say investors. Find the investors who have bought property recently in that area in the last 6 months, skip trace them and call them, and or send them a letter. One of my favorite marketing tools, after calling them, if I can't reach them, I will handwrite a letter. Now you can do this first time with Sharpie and then photocopy it onto a bunch of yellow legal pads of paper. So I handwrite a letter that just says, hey, I'm desperate, I need help, I've got to sell this property right now. I've had it listed for some time now. The title is clear, the taxes are paid, and I need this thing sold today. So call me, I'm desperate, I've got to sell this thing, and I explain a little bit about it. I might attach, if it's a vacant lot, I might attach a plot map to the back of that where they can see where the property is. And I'm just pretending to be this desperate, motivated seller trying to sell their property. And so this, and then, let me say, you take this letter and you crumple it up, and then you fold it back out into fourths, you put it in an invitation envelope, and you hand address the address and put some live stamps on this thing, because it just gets such a much higher open rate, all right? So they get this letter, it's a little clumpy, it's thick, and then it's hand addressed, it looks like a wedding invitation or something. And they open it up and they see this crumpled up paper in there, right? And then they look at it and they read it and they call the number. So I sell a ton of deals I've been using this strategy for years. It just works. So send that out to everybody, all these investors that have bought land or houses in that area in the last 6 or 12 months. So here's the bottom line. If you find a good deal, if you're in a good market where there's a lot of demand and a lot of buyers, if you just call realtors and just call other investors that have bought property recently, if you don't sell your deal in 2 to 4 weeks, you probably don't have a good deal, right? At that point, you can just move on. So that's it. It's really that simple. If you have a good deal and you're in an area with high demand, finding the money, finding the buyers, it's easy, all right? The other thing I'll say to this too is a lot of you guys, you might be really busy. You might be in a spot where, you just can't do all of the work to sell these deals. You've got so many leads coming in, you got your full-time job. You're busy enough trying to just keep up with the leads and making offers. This is what I always do with a lot of deals. I've done this since I got started in 2008. I will find other people that are already doing deals. I'll find other people that already have the buyers, already have the money, already have the title companies, already have the contracts, the connections, the relationships with the realtors and the title companies and the hard money lenders and all of that. And I'll partner with them on these deals. This is a great way to sell your properties fast. Say, hey, you know what? I've got this deal. I think it's a good deal. I got it under contract. And I see you've done a bunch of deals here. Maybe it's another wholesaler. Would you like to partner with me on this deal? We just split it 50-50. And if you have a good deal, there is not a wholesaler in their right mind who already has all of these resources that will say no. Do you see what I'm saying? So partner with people. You might be like, man, I don't want to split the profits, but I'm telling you, when you do this, you'll do more deals, you'll sell them faster, your profits will be bigger many times because they have the better buyers, so they can do this faster. So better to have 50% of a watermelon than 100% of a grape. I think I got that right. So anyway, hope this video is helpful. Listen, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I really appreciate it. Leave me a comment down below. Give me a thumbs up if you like this. And tell me what you think of what I said here. Did it make sense? Do you have any questions? I'm in my comments all the time. I'd love to see your feedback. And tell me what other kind of videos would you like to see, all right? So get out there, sell your deals, start making some money, make it happen. All right, appreciate you.